Second race on the programme, race number 2, 1,400 metres here. It's a Class 4 contest headed by Primero. Drops into Class 4 for the first time. Ambitious Heart, they take the blinkers off. He was a course and distance winner last season. Golden Sleep, the promoted starter, gets the blinkers on. Mutual Joy is a 3-time winner over the 1650 at Happy Valley. Nothing here, though, at Shartin. I'm a Witness, course and distance first time. Remarkable gets a gear change. He's second up. And Gameful Jet likes to roll. He's come up with a decent gate as well. Barrier 6 for him.
He does, Andrew. So does I'm a Witness generally. And Primero's been right up on the speed recently. You know, particularly with Matthew Poon aboard, and he'll take the ride again. So that should generate some pace. Remarkable has come up with a better barrier this time. He was disappointing, I thought, first up, but he could improve with a more economical run in transit. I think they'll roll along fairly quick through the first 400 or 500.
Great Treasure's been freshened up a little bit coming into this particular contest, and he does run quite well in that state. Keith Young's aboard, and you can see he's had quite a lot of track work, so he's quite well forward in condition. But barrier 12, he'll get back. He'll be one that you'll want to catch late. He'll be coming home late. Everlaugh is, we highlight him most weeks. He generally does what he has to do and does it well. But he has been running some pretty good races. He looks good once again here this morning. Zach Purden's done all the work on him, and he did ride him at his last start as well. And he's, what you said, Brett, I think Remarkable's improved from that debut run. He's got a better barrier draw, and he has come on with it. And he's quite keen here in his work. You can see he's under a half Nelson as he comes down.
Right. Sonic Fighter is where we're going to start here. Just had the one start so far, and obviously came in with a fair bit of confidence about his ability, because he went off as an $11 chance and finished 5th here behind Spring Win.
I think he showed a little bit of pace in some of his work and trials, but he got back on debut. I wasn't quite sure what to make of his debut performance, so I'm happy to see him again before I spec him.
Yeah, I've got him in because I didn't think it was too badly here, and he hit the line very strongly with Kirov there. When he hit the line, I think Kirov's a chance later on, so on the back of that I put him in. He's drawn 14, he comes to Shartin, I think it'll probably suit him a bit better as well. And you say there was support on debut.
There was, and Spring Win came out again midweek and actually won quite well.
Yeah. He did.
Yeah.
All right, so that's Sonic Fighter we start with. Golden Sleep's the next one we'll have a look at. Wide as they swing into the stretch here. Ultimately finishing in 6th place behind Ha Ha Heart.
Good run, Andrew. Good run from Golden Sleep. He's got the blinkers going back on and the crossover noseband as well going back on. This will just be his 2nd start in the class. Just keep your eye on him here. I think he just turns his head a little bit towards the end and attempts to savage Happy and Healthy there. So he lost focus, which is probably why the blinkers have gone on. Capable in this class, definitely.
Yeah, and he is. I haven't got him in, but he is capable in this class. He had some really good form in South Africa before he got here, but yeah, that little savage worries me a bit.
Yeah, 4th behind Gonna Run, not beaten too far. Well, it reads pretty well for a race like this. But this overall type of race is lots of crosses and ticks next to all the horses' names, which doesn't make it easy. All
right, Everlaugh is reasonably unexposed. Just the 5 starts for him so far, so still finding his feet. Again, swings wide into the stretch here. Favourite and beaten favourite behind Right Honourable.
Yeah, pulled a little bit in this race, but he's got an engine, definitely.
Yeah, this was his first start at Happy Valley, and I didn't know if it really suited him, actually, looking at this run. He did hit the line, but prior to that, he ran a really nice 2nd behind Indigenous Star and a good 3rd behind CP Power, so I do like him coming back to Shartin.
I agree. Yeah, it's a more simple type of race, isn't it, at Shartin, as opposed to Happy Valley, and I'm with Paul. He's worth another chance, relatively inexposed, as you said, Andrew, so entitled to an excuse or two, and I think the excuse was the Valley, as Paul said.
All right, OK, one more to have a look at before we make the selections. Royale Elegance, the last one we see. Runner-up here behind Noble Steed, who's been beaten since, but I still think we all probably agree he's quite a nice horse.
I don't tip him too often, Royale Elegance, but he's racing really well for Frankie Law. He is a horse that can pull his head off, as we know, in the mornings and often do it in the race, but I think the race will be run at a solid tempo. That'll help him here. He's run a great race here in defeat. It was a real queue-up, wasn't it, for the minor spots. That's nice, kick down on the rail. He came out to win. There's a few others that have run well since. Travel Emperor. I thought this was a reasonable effort from Royale Elegance. He's one of the winning chances.
Yeah, I put him in the numbers as well, but as you say, he's hard to take from track work because he pulls like a Russian tug-of-war champion, doesn't he? He's just really, really hard
where you were going with that.
He's just really, really, really hard to gauge at times, so... But he does sort of relax a little bit more on his race days.
I had no idea that the Russians were famous for their tug-of-war teams.
Very good
Staying
team.
out of this, Andrew.
Right, OK, well, those are the clues, Paul, for the second event. 1,400 metres of trip here. Ever Laugh's our favourite.
Oh, how we laughed. Ever Laugh on top, put him on top. Give him another chance here in this particular contest. I like him coming back. Sonic Fighter, I thought it was a good debut run. As you said, the spring wind's gone on and franked that form, and Kirov was alongside him. Remarkable will be fitted from his first up run, and we'll put the Russian in there for fourth Royal Elegance. So 6, 5, 12 and 10, but again, exotics, I think, the way to go.
I didn't know where to start here, Andrew. I think this is a very open race. I'm going to label my long shot here. I went Royale Elegance, Ever Laugh, Primero, and President Paramount's my long shot, because this race will be run at a fairly solid tempo, I think, and that's when he does his best racing, when he can just stride along and knock it on the steel, a bit like Royale Elegance. He's very well rated. The form looks poor, but I'll label him as the long shot because I think this race... I believe this race will be run to suit him, and he should posse up 1 out, 2 back, potentially with a bit of cover. Extremely well rated on his best, but unreliable. So that's why you're going to get a price. 10, 6, 1, 8. I did a trio here. I banked the 10. I think Royale Elegance will run a place for sure, and then threw in the 1, 4, 6, 8 for the minors, but there's a few others as well. I think Remarkable's worth another chance too, but not easy to sort out.
It's not. I did think Primero's well placed here, though, dropping into Class 4 first time with a claim as well. He's only got 126 on his back.
He's got a good barrier too.
Yeah, barrier 1, Matthew Poon, so big chance for him.